What's up, guys? Welcome back to 5 Franchises in 5 Nights. And in this episode, we are going to go ahead and go over the best team, in my opinion, currently, which is the San Antonio Spurs. And I know if you're watching this video in the future, I'm not sure what's going to happen in the playoffs. If you're watching it right now, we know that the San Antonio Spurs are the second best team in the league. The Warriors are crazy right now, there's no doubt about it, but the San Antonio Spurs are pretty great, and something tells me that they're not trying nearly as hard to go after such a big record as the Warriors are. So right now they're just focused on one thing, which is an NBA championship. And in this episode, we see a pretty interesting matchup that I have for you guys in store, which is the Boston Celtics versus the San Antonio Spurs. I think this is going to be a great matchup. Sit back, enjoy, as I go ahead and break down a few things about this team, some things that you knew, some things that you might not know, and we're just going to go ahead and get real basketball talk going on as we see Tim Duncan, one of the greatest power forwards, if not the greatest power forward in the history of the NBA, 5 championships, and a lot of people are not considering that Tim Duncan could end this year with a 6th title, as we see this beautiful move, by the way, over Jared Sullinger with Kawhi Leonard, the second best player in the NBA right now, also, in my opinion. The runner-up for MVP for sure is Kawhi Leonard, based on what he's done for his team and where his team is headed. But as I mentioned before, the San Antonio Spurs are a great team. I mean, let's look at their lineup. Let's look at what they have is Boban Marjanovic. That's right. Boban Marjanovic, 7'3", 7'4", huge guy, doing much better right now. And you can thank Greg Popovich for that. That's another thing. Greg Popovich is basically another MVP caliber asset to have on any team. And the Spurs have him, as we see a beautiful dunk by Kawhi Leonard. Let's check out this quick replay over here real quick. Just this amazing dunk over one of the best defenders in the league in Avery Bradley. If not the best defender right now. If you guys have been watching the Boston Celtics, they've been killing it. This is a beautiful move right to Boris Diaw in the paint. But yes, we got Tony Parker at the 1, who is getting a little older, but, you know, what's it really matters? Another beautiful dunk by LaMarcus Aldridge. Halftime stats, we are leading by 1. But, yeah, Tony Parker, great point guard, one of the greatest point guards of all time, really, at this point. He's not top 10, but he is definitely, I mean, he's definitely up there. And you got, obviously, Kawhi Leonard, one of the best defenders in the league. He's probably going to be the defensive player of the year, as well as he should be again. Tim Duncan, again, one of the greatest power forwards of all time. Manu Ginobili, one of the greatest 6-men, and a super, super good offensive player. Can never really underestimate Manu because he's getting older, but he's still fearless. He's still in the paint. He's still doing big things, getting points for them off the bench. Sometimes he's not as consistent as he used to be, but, you know, whatever. It is what it is. And as we see this beautiful move by LaMarcus Aldridge, a lot of people are not even considering that LaMarcus Aldridge is on this team. Do we not remember who LaMarcus Aldridge was last year in Portland? It's not like he got that much worse. He hasn't, in fact. He's been sacrificing a lot of his play to contribute to a better team, which is exactly what the San Antonio Spurs are. As we see a beautiful dunk by Boban Marjanovic. I love saying that name. It's just a great name. But yes, another dunk by Boban Marjanovic. But yes, the Spurs are incredible. There's no doubt about it at all. I think that they are the favorites to win a title this year. I know you can call me crazy if you want, but I really, really do believe that they are the favorites. I know that the Warriors are the number 1 pick for everyone, but for me, it's the San Antonio Spurs. Never, ever, ever underestimate the 5-time champions who have beaten teams that are crazy. I mean, we must not forget how good the Miami Heat were back in the day, and the Spurs made them look like fools in the playoffs, in the finals, no matter. So, yes, do never, ever, ever underestimate the Spurs. But, yes, this game is getting pretty down to the wire. 73-68 is the score. We're going to go ahead and give it off to LaMarcus Aldridge, who has been on fire in this game, and he's just going to go ahead and take it right in on Amir Johnson like he wasn't even there. It doesn't even matter. 75-68. 3 minutes left to go in the whole game. Jay Crowder, another player when I do the Celtics, I can get into Jay Crowder because Jay Crowder is a great player. But yes, also another quick thing about the San Antonio Spurs, they picked up Andre Miller, they picked up Kevin Martin. Their bench is looking crazy. I think that the Spurs are the deepest team in the NBA today, and you can put money on that because I really don't think that there's another team that really touches them in terms of bench productivity, in terms of everything. Patty Mills, Danny Green, Manu Ginobili, David West, Boban Marjanovic, Boris Diaw, Andre Miller, Kevin Martin. The San Antonio Spurs are a very deep team. As we see Avery Bradley missing a shot that could have put them up, but they didn't do it. We ended up getting a steal, passing it off to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi is going to do what Kawhi does best. 79-71 is the score. 38 seconds left to go in the game. We are looking to hold it back for the W and put away this tough Boston Celtics team as we see a beautiful move by Kawhi Leonard. He's going to end up missing the nice layup, but Jay Crowder with the rebound, passing it up to Avery Bradley, who finishes with a beautiful dunk. Now I'm getting a little nervous, but 80-73. Let's hope that they miss something. They're already putting in the bench. Didn't even see that coming. They're just putting in the bench. We got Evan Turner, we got Zeller, we got Terry Rozier, I believe. Is his first name Terry? Terry Rozier. It didn't really matter. They're gonna start fouling, and the game looks like it will be over with Kawhi Leonard, my favorite player in the NBA currently. If I had a jersey I could get right now, it would be a Kawhi Leonard black jersey, the one you're looking at right now, because Kawhi Leonard is the man. And that will end up wrapping up this episode of the 5 Franchises in 5 Nights with the San Antonio Spurs. Again, just to recap, the San Antonio Spurs are the deepest team in the league. They have the most experience. They have one of the greatest coaches in the history of the professional sport of basketball. The greatest defensive player in the league, who's also giving them 20 points per game, by the way, and shooting a ridiculous amount from 3. As we see here, he is 17 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Kawhi Leonard, my man. The Claw, as a lot of people know it. And, you can never underestimate, because the big 3 are still intact. And the big 3 didn't even make the All-Star game. You know who did? Marcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard. Their 2 players who aren't even considered in the big 3 are their All-Stars. And then you have backups in Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, and David West. I mean, the list goes on with this team. Do not underestimate the San Antonio Spurs. Also, they play their players very limited minutes. Tim Duncan doesn't really play a lot. He rests a lot. Tony, Manu, expect to see them a lot in the playoffs, and that's definitely going to make a big difference. As you see the box score, this wasn't that much of a hard game because the San Antonio Spurs are so good and they're so overpowered in this game. It was just a waste. I mean, just a complete beatdown of the Boston Celtics. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Another Bucks franchise video will be coming out so shortly. And you don't even want to bat an eye because it'll be here before you know it. I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you can, and I will see you soon.